insane review bombing to bring ReZero down. More 1 out of 10s than 9 out of 10s. Apparently the episode's getting review bombed, guys. How did you guys feel about it? The most recent episode of ReZero, I think, genuinely made a lot of motion. A lot of people talking about it, a lot of people engaging in it, and I think a lot of people were truly moved. They were genuinely moved beyond just watching something and it was good. They were like, I felt something, and I did feel something. What was it? Shock, horror, terror, just sympathizing with Subaru for all the shits that's happening to him at the same time. The guilty pleasure is I want you to go through more. I had a tweet made. This is actually really funny. Just watch this. Okay, this this is just funny as fuck for no reason, right? Hey, I calmed down, caught it up. Ah! Pico getting slapped. Patras did not give a fuck. Patras live reaction. Bro just standing there just fucking mocking with the CG model. The CG design of Patras I think is really well done. It blends with the background really well. But bro doesn't care. Not a single reaction. Patras he just excuses Subaru, bro. She's the biggest Subaru glazer. He's like, I didn't see anything. What are you talking about? But this is the one that I want to provide, right? Unreal episode and one of the best death. Also, lolly voice acting during this line, very important. Memories are what shape people remember. Really great image here. This here. So we got a person saying, I hope Subaru dies more in upcoming episodes. I want him to suffer more. I also agree. Not because I hate the character, because I think that ReZero is the most engaging and entertaining when you have such crazy deaths and such crazy mind psychological horror, you know, shocking moments going on. No, where's the you are sick of it. I think that this is so I actually don't think he's sick in the head for saying this. It's just weird to see how people will actually like harass real people and call them and say these nasty fucking things for a person trying to enjoy fiction in their own way. Like, anyways, that's just the usual fucking thing with ReZero. But I think the episode generally was that fucking good. Now that it's been a few hours, what's your honest thoughts on the ReZero episode? Hands down, in my honest opinion, the masterpiece of the ReZero episode. Episode like that reminds me of the joy I have for anime. Topic is such a good writer. I agree. But here's my really honest fucking take. And I just talked about that in the most recent tier list we just made. And in this tier list, I was talking about this concept where, do you guys really think that ReZero, the entire episode, was that good from beginning to end? Because confidently I can say that Nippon Sangoku was that fucking peak from beginning to end in terms of cinema and the way that was presented. The direction from the beginning to end was fucking unreal. Clash of the Elite, even from beginning to end, it doesn't have that cinematic direction or polish, but still from beginning to end, it was constantly entertaining and popping off. ReZero, when I thought about the episode, it was about 60 to 70% of just kind of not chilling, but we're just like observing what's happening with Natsuki Subaru as he's trying to figure out what's going on here, and as well as everyone else is trying to figure out what the hell happened to you. And for the most part, it's not this 10 out of 10 cinema. But what happens after that is so fucking shocking and so moving that it compels so many people to think that it is like genuinely like 10 out of fucking 10, right? Like 9.9 out of 10, 10 out of 10. And you know what? I think that's totally fine. You want to glaze this shit because that one moment, this section was that fucking amazing. I think that's perfectly fine. Honestly, for me too, I think that peaks, high moments, right? Memorable moments, I think, are more important to me than how consistent an episode was. Because at the end of the day, what I remember later on is, again, these moments rather than how amazing the structure and the pacing of the overall episode was. But if I'm going to be completely objectively honest with you, I don't think that it was a fucking cinematic 10 out of 10 from beginning to end compared to some of the other competitors I mentioned, such as this, or even this in a different way of entertainment. But even then, still fucking peak. It was gently shocking, and it was like one of those moments where I'm like, oh fuck, I'm feeling it again. I'm feeling it again. Why did I not feel the same way about this in episode 5? No. I think episode 5 was also that fucking shocking though. It was the crazy fucking, you know, moment where Subaru beats a woman again. It was the horror episode, right? It was Patrash eating us. No, that episode was also fucking crazy. Wasn't that episode 5? Episode 1, 2, 3 was getting to the watchtower. 3 was the fun little sakuga we had with Julius. Was that episode 3? Are you sure? Maybe I'm getting the numbers wrong. But basically, I'm trying to mention the one where Patrash ate us. I thought that was episode 4 or 5. Anyways, that was also amazing. Those two, right? That Patrash eating us and this episode definitely had like the craziest fucking shock of like death, I guess. But this one just like adds more to it because of its extra mechanic of Natsuki Subaru just like having his memories seemingly erased, right? Like now that we're going through this, it just like adds a different twist and how much more cruel it is. Cause like when he dies, it's like we expect him to get up. We expect him to get up and do his thing and it's gonna be fine. You've gotten over hardship before, right? So the standards are like different for us. But now that like he's like an innocent baby boy pulling up, just coming out of the convenience store, and this happens immediately, bro. Oh shit. Oh shit. That it just adds an extra fucking oh my god, you know, level to it. ReZero season 4, episode 4, episode 8, you know, debuted with 9.9 IMDb rating. Genuinely fucking crazy. And does it deserve a 9.9? Hey man, if there is an anime episode, best episode of the year so far. Hey man, I think it could contest for that for people that do enjoy this shocking horror psychological thriller. A lot of people are hyping up the episode after this one because obviously we got Aura Monster coming up, right? But really cool to see how up and up that ReZero is going. ReZero author Tappei Nagatsuki was called a devil by his own mother after the season 4 episode 8. The mom thinks is, hey man, mom, you raised this kid. This is your son, all right? Whatever's happening in his head is because of you fucking raising the kid, all right? And thank you. Thank you, Mama Tappei Nagatsuki, for, you know, for creating, you know, this person that has this crazy fucking vision to deliver this fucking horror, right? But hold up, we gotta get to the main topic of the video. ReZero is really popping off this season. You really love to see it. Given episode 8 broke the anime sphere 2 days ago, I wonder if the Aura Monster in episode next week is going to break it again. I think it should. Now, who knows if it actually will or not, right? Can the Aura Monster actually like dethrone this shock? Because nobody expected, I think, this episode to be that shocking. The death was just so crazy, and it's constant after the death, just stumbling on and on. It just was a highlight reel of the death, right? The Aura Monster scene has been hyped up so much that what if it's like a brief scene and it's done? And that's all it's supposed to ever be. Like, what are people expecting? Like 3-way fucking domain expansion like in Jujutsu Kaisen? With fucking Kuro Urushi pulling up to destroy the fucking domain at the end. And then for a fucking all-out fight to happen. Like, are people expecting him to be climbing the stairs in an epic fucking way for like fucking like 10 minutes? I just don't see that happening, right? Like, I don't know how it's gonna be structured. I don't know why he's gonna be doing it, but clearly he's gonna fucking lose everything and go insane and be angry and crash out and have a little bit of that stretch. Remember the Natsuki Subaru between the stretch of like episode like about at the end of 15 until like 18? Remember that stretch? It is literally fucking like we've hit rock bottom. We've hit like crash out. We're literally just like this is like the worst fucking possible way of handling things, but even then there's a lot of fun that can come from it. Like, I don't know if this is gonna be delivered in such an amazing way, but still, maybe it will. It's just hard because the expectations are so fucking high. And when it's high and the standards are the high, it's really hard to meet its goals. Right here though. Oh, what's going on, Okeanix? What's going on, she, her? Tell me, bro. So, apparently, we've been review bombed, guys. But even then, not really. See, I expected the score to be dropped. I've been waiting, right? This statement came out a couple days ago. And I thought, oh shit, are we getting the same stuff happening again? You fools talk shit about Jujutsu Kaisen. But really? It's you. If you actually think that JJK people are review bombing ReZero, If you actually think JJK people even care about ReZero, I think you're so fucking far gone into this fucking drama of like review bombing fan. They don't give a fuck about you, bro. Like, no disrespect, but to these battle shonen people, especially when you have a premium battle shonen like Jujutsu Kaisen manga, and on top of that, the anime adaptation where the fucking industry gets on its fucking knees to worship this series done by Gege Akutami, and for it to be received internationally on that fucking level, they don't have time to review bomb fucking ReZero. They generally don't fucking give a fuck. Now, I do think maybe is Mushoku Tensei fandom at this. A little bit of instigating. Did Mushoku Tensei people do this? Why would they do it? Well, just off of a past history of whenever MT is airing or ReZero is airing, you have bad faith actors who are, you know, radicals on both sides that fucking hate each other and wants to set up an agenda to bring each other down. If I don't think that they are, there's no reason to believe that they are based on what I've seen. But if I were to think between JJK fandom and Mushoku Tensei fandom, who are most likely to review bomb this right now, I don't think JJK people even know ReZero is airing. Okay? I think you guys give them a little bit too much credit. Do you think they know how to operate an IMDb website? Do you think JJK people know how to fucking search ReZero on IMDb and go find this shit? I think you're giving them too much credit. I don't think they're capable. They're too busy looking at fucking JJK TikTok fucking highlights with funk fucking background music just popping off, just going, yeah, yeah, Hakani's gonna pop off next arc, yeah. Like, I don't think they care enough. But Mushoku Tensei, maybe if we look at the ratings too, right? What was the main complaint here? More 1 out of 10s than 9 out of 10s. At the time of the screenshot, 280 versus 203, yes. But now, 589. Yeah. But even then, look how strong it's holding on though. Look how amazingly strong it's holding on right now. And I think that this just goes to show how the testament of how amazing this episode was and how strong the cult-like following ReZero has, right? At the end of the day, if you look at the amount of viewership, 18,000 votes, right? That's a lot of fucking votes. JJK probably had more votes, I don't know, but what I'm trying to say is sometimes we're too focused on looking at like the top number of like the viewership of whatever videos there are, that we don't fixate on how loyal and strong these like community members are that will brigade and just fucking I guess boost their own thing. And ReZero has that absolutely. It is a cult-like following for sure, and they don't fucking let this happen. They will stay strong and make sure this does not go down between 9.9. 9.9 is actually fucking unreal score. People should be required to state a reason for their review. IMDb also has a way to score where, again, if you don't have like an account that is like actually has some sort of good standing, there needs to be some sort of good faith, you know, in the review, the accounts like system. So there is at least that. Crime because they're ass show, which takes 300 episodes, 2 months of your life, by the way, to get remotely good is getting destroyed by Peak Zero. What? Are we talking about One Piece right now? What? What are we? Wait. That's a One Piece setup? I'm like, what are we? 300? The only anime that has that, I think they're kind of blaming on the Battle Shonen people, right? I think a lot of people are just like, basically just thinking like, yeah, because a lot of people, they One Piece fandom, right? For sure, the level of like, you know, review bombing that happens actually, that shit came out of fucking nowhere. Oh, it's regarding to this. Sorry. I didn't see the screenshot right here. So we have a comment in the screenshot where it says, time to downvote it, lol. This doesn't deserve higher ratings than One Piece. The best part about this, perhaps, is that THEN. So, little quick grammar lesson. In English, there is THEN and THAN. When is THAN used? Than. For comparisons. ReZero is better than something else, right? When you're comparing two things, you use THAN. Now, when do you use THEN? When that is referring to some sort of event happening in order, right? Like, for example, today, I'm gonna watch Liar Game, and then Witch Hat, and then, do you see that? The context of it is not comparing, but we're talking about chronological positioning, timing, right? Scheduling, right? We're talking about, and then we're gonna do that, and then that stuff like that. So than, THAN, comparisons, THEN, everything else other. Welcome to English 101. But do you think that these fucking retards could understand that? I don't think so, because they're it's just One Piece, I guess. So One Piece has a bunch of radicals that I guess goes on and review bombing. 313 likes, that's no joke. For sure there is absolutely mobilized brigading happening, but even then, doesn't matter, baby. It doesn't fucking matter, baby. Oh, 9.9 out of 10, baby. ReZero on top. Maybe next week we go 10 out of 10. Nothing will actually ever be 10 out of 10 though, because as long as like, and here's the thing. I think that the best thing that you can do is to shut the fuck up about ratings. You know what I'm saying? Basically the idea is the more that you like go on and parade around saying how amazing your show is, how amazing your episode is, the more that like it gets other people to look at it and get angry and they're like, what the fuck? Because like the people that loved it and vote will vote. That's it. But what happens after is you start jeering on, saying in your face, haha, 10 out of 10, haha, look at us, we're better than you, haha. Like, I'm not saying this is what you're saying, but to a lot of insecure people, when they see other thing being worshipped and cherished like that, it's like a spit in their face, because they the type of people to say, I love waffles, and they say, why do you hate pancakes? Why are you shitting on pancakes? I'm gonna review bomb that shit. That's what happens. So maybe we should just little be quiet at the end of the day. But here's another counter to that. Another counter to that is, what's your goal right now? Is the goal trying to maximize these ratings on IMDb? Or is the goal to make motion and engagement and get a lot of people to understand that this is happening right now? So, in a roundabout way, maybe this is all part of the system. For ReZero to succeed more, and for more people to understand how amazing the show is, and for people to understand like something like this is airing right now, maybe we sacrifice a little bit of, you know, review bombing. It is part of the system. Who gives a fuck? And that adds more engagement, more people talking about it, more people might check out the show. Shit. Maybe it's better to do it like that. At the end of the day, hey man, it was that fucking peak. You want to call it 9.9 out of 10? Go ahead. It was that fun. Next episode though, 12 out of 10 or a monster. The expectations are pretty high. Will it